Hello everybody, this is TipTop MTG here today with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all of the Double Master spoilers that were released today, that being July 25th. Now, every day of spoiler season, I talk about all of the spoilers, but tomorrow, there's only going to be one, and so I'm actually going to save that for Monday, so don't expect a video like this for tomorrow, just so everyone is clear. Either way, why don't we just jump right into this? Starting off, we have Open the Vault. It's a 6-cost white sorcery, and it says, return all artifact and enchantment cards from all graveyards to the battlefield under their owner's control. So it's very much, just you're going to revive everyone's everything. So it's not a one-side effect. There are cards that are better because they only affect you, but this is a $3 card. Again, a little low for what I would like for this, but it's not the lowest we've seen, and it was last reprinted in Commander 2016. Next we have, so this is a leak, as evident by the awful quality of this, but we have Stoneforged Mystic, and because, by the way, this is a leak, that means we do not have the normal art version or the collector's number, and we'll talk about why that's important now, but this looks like a rare. And it's a 2-cost white creature, Core Artificer, 1/2, and when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library, and then you can pay 1 in a white and tap and put an equipment card from your hand onto the battlefield. So that's pretty awesome, but just a note, she is currently a rare worth $45. I am almost 100% positive, first off, that is for the normal version. This price is going to sink a lot, because there's only been one real printing of her, and that was in World Wake. And so because this is a leak, Card Kingdom hasn't added it to their site, so you'll notice it says before. So this was before Double Masters was announced, or this card was announced for Double Masters, because it technically wasn't announced. It is going for about $45. So I expect that to be somewhere in like the $20 to $30 range because of the reprint, although I'm not sure. It is a pretty big card in a lot of formats, so I expect it to hold its value and eventually go back up, but it is nice to see it as a, full art. So there will be a normal version and this full art, so keep that in mind. Also, the full art is going to be worth a ton of money. Next we have Obliet. This is another leak. It's 1 black for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, target creature phases out until it leaves the battlefield. Tap that creature as it phases in this way. This was last reprinted in Arabian Nights, and before this announcement, again, it's a leak, it was $25 for an uncommon. Now, this price I expect to drop to, at minimum, or at max, like the maximum I see it being is about $1, because obviously uncommons, there's going to be a lot of them. The only reason this is so expensive, well, first off, there are many reasons it's expensive, but one of them is that it was only ever printed once in a very, very old set. It's actually gotten very, it actually works differently. Before, it used to exile the creature, and you would save all auras and counters and everything on them, and then put it back when this thing left, but this just phased it out, and it works a lot better this way. But yeah, I do not expect this to stay as a $25 uncommon, but I do expect it to be maybe one of the more expensive uncommons, so this is definitely something you want to look out for. Next, we have Skirk Dag High Priest. It was 35 cents, again, before. They haven't put this up on Card Kingdom, so if you ever see that little before, that means before this before its reprint was announced, which means that I don't expect the price to go lower, because rares really don't go lower than 35 cents, but this card is not a great choice. Obviously, you could pull 2 35-cent rares and you're not even getting $1 worth of value out of your Masters pack. That is a little ridiculous, and it's not like they're trying to drive down the price of this card. So, either way, it's a 2-cost black creature, human cleric, 1/2, and it says tap 2 untapped creatures you control, put a 5/5 black demon creature with flying onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only if a creature died this turn. It's a pretty good card, but again, it's only 35 cents, and really, most people are just looking at this from a value perspective. I can't tell you, oh, this is so powerful, because it's already in every format it's going to stay in, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not, normally when I do spoilers for, like, new sets, I have to look at, oh, how is this going to affect Standard, maybe Historic. Here, it's just, yeah, from a value perspective, this is kind of poor from both sides. There are 2 different sides to Masters. One person who's going to open the packs and try to make money off of it, and another person who is going to try and, they're going to buy singles, and the singles are going to be cheaper because of the Masters, and this doesn't help either of them. So, yeah, that's disappointing. Next, we have Magus of the Will. It's a 3-cost black creature, human wizard 3/3, and you can pay 3, tap, and exile it. Until end of turn, you may play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. If a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile that card instead. So this is a Magus, which basically means a weaker version of another card. So I believe this is Yawgmoth's Will on a Magus, and it's $1.50. By the way, all of these prices are USD and as of Card Kingdom. So you could probably get all of these for cheaper. Just if you wanted to buy them from Card Kingdom, this is how much they would cost. It was last reprinted in Commander 2016, and overall it's just a meh card. I mean, it has a good effect, but yeah, just again, $1.50 rare, not great. We've started off with, a couple great cards, but now we're really starting to see the typical spoilers that we're getting, which are what I would call bulk rares. Next, we have Ion Storm. It's a 3-cost red enchantment. You can pay 1 in a red and remove a +1/+1 or charge counter from a permanent you control, and it deals 2 damage to any target. It's 35 cents. This is awful. First off, the card is just very meh, but then it's also only a 35-cent card. So again, 35 cents, not helping either side of this, so not a good reprint. Next, we have Shamanic Revelation. It's a 5-cost green sorcery. Draw a card for each creature you control. You gain 4 life for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. And then it's, again, a 79-cent rare. Like, come on. I want to see at least $5. I'm disappointed when it's a $5 card, but at least it's not 79 cents. Ugh. Either way, last reprinted mystery booster. Next, we have Massey. Oh my gosh, I can't say this. Mathis. Slumbering Isle, 4-cost, Simic color, legendary creature, Kraken, 12/12, and it enters the battlefield tapped with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as it has a slumber counter on it, it's a land, and whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Mathis, and you can tap it and add green and a blue. So it's ramp in the command zone, it's a big creature later on, and it's going for about $8, which is just about where we want to see every rare. This should be their target for rares. Yeah, this is a good reprint. And it was last reprinted in Commander 2018. Next, we have Mazerek, Crawl Death Priest. It's a 5-cost black and green legendary creature insect shaman with flying. And whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Very awesome commander, last reprinted in Commander Anthology, and it's about $13, and it's a rare. So on the left it is a mythic, but then they downgraded it to rare for the set, so overall pretty good card. I expect it to fall right around the range that we want of around $7 to $8, so looking pretty good here. Next, we have Falcon Mat Aristocrat. It's a 4-cost black and red creature, vampire noble, 4/1 with flying and haste, and you can sacrifice a creature and it gains indestructible until end of turn, and if the sacrificed creature was a human, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It was last seen in Modern Masters 2017, and it's again another 79-cent rare. Why? Like, can't just $1. Like, they're gonna aim for every card being about $1. That would be amazing, but, I mean, obviously not aim for every card being, $1 should really be the lowest card, not 35, not 79 cents, like, come on. Next we have Swiftblade Vindicator. This is a red and a white for a creature, human soldier, 1/1 with double strike for double masters, vigilance, and trample, and it was last reprinted in Guilds of Ravnica, the set that's currently illegal in Standard, and this is a rare and a Masters product. It's 39 cents, and it is absolutely not a card you want to see in here. This is, it's just disappointing to see. Next, we have Time Sieve. It's a blue and a black for an artifact. Tap, sacrifice 5 artifacts, take an extra turn after this one, and it's a mystery booster, and it's a $3 card. Now, I kind of have a problem with this card, but I also don't. This card, to me, feels like a very commandery jank kind of card. I'm sure it's probably part of something somewhere that I don't know, but whatever. And so, $3. That is what I would consider what they should, a low card. This should be one of the lower cards in the set that, this is a janky card, make it low enough so that the players who will want to play this can afford to, easily. $3 doesn't sound like a lot, but, if you're paying 100, if you have to buy, 100 cards, and they're each $3 a piece, that's $300. So getting this down to about 50 cents while not great for the people buying Double Masters, was good because this kind of card you kind of want to be cheap. So, I mean, I don't hate it, but I just wish this was the low end. $3, that's a good low end. Either way, moving on, we have Chromatic Star. It's a 1-cost artifact, common, 1 and tap, and sacrifice it to add 1 mana of any color, and whenever it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. And now this was last reprinted in Mystery Booster, but what I find interesting is that this is a $3 common. This is after they knew it was a common in Double Masters. So we have this common, which is worth more than a ton of the rares in this set. And I don't understand. Whatever. Moving on to the next one, we have Iker Wellspring. It's a 2-cost artifact, and when it enters the battlefield or is put into the graveyard, into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card. And this is a 25-cent common, and it was last reprinted in Commander Anthology Volume 2. Not much I have to say, it's a common. Alright, so that's it for spoilers, but going back to our, that's not the right word, collection of the showcase cards. So the only new card we have today is Stoneforged Mystic, but we can't see the collector number. However, we know it's somewhere between Council's Judgment and Cyclonic Rift. So for now, I'm going to put it next to Council's Judgment, but as we learn the collector number of it, or maybe whatever collector number comes after Council's Judgment, I will move it around accordingly. I will also just continue to show you the rest of them. So again, we're still missing 5 up here. Obviously, I think Thoughtseize goes up there somewhere. That was a little bit leaked, but not like the art. Just there was some reference to it on a box. And then we have here, we have a couple cards missing. And here we have the swords most likely missing. Those are not confirmed yet. That's why I put them there in blue, because they are not confirmed, but they are most likely there. If that makes any sense. There has to be a Sword of something in between Sword of Fire and Ice and Sword of War and Peace. So, yeah. Either way, guys, that's it for this video. I want to know what you guys thought about all of the spoilers today. Overall, they're kind of meh in my opinion, but maybe I'm just missing something. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.